Hey there, welcome to another episode of Tales from the Podcast. I'm here with my Dave Matthews Band loving co-host,
No,
Mr.
nice. I hate Dave Matthews Band. Not a fan.
No, I know. It was still on my mind, so I was like, I gotta get this out.
I figured you'd probably say something.
It's okay. You know I love you, man.
It's okay.
So, anyways, before we go ahead and get started, like always, let's go ahead and tell everybody about some of this really cool shit that we do. First off, check out one of our sponsors here, House Mysterious Secrets, over at housemysteriousecrets.com. Use our code 4130. Save 10% on all your awesome horror merch. I mean, they basically have a little bit of fucking everything. So, I mean, if you're listening to us, obviously you like horror in some way. And if not, you're pretending. And either way, you probably want to get some cool clothes to pretend you like it still.
For all you posers out there,
right? I'm going to sit there and make sure I get all the groups. And also check out our buddy Sydney and some of the cool shit she has going on with these wax melts she does. You can check her out over at the website that is in all the comments there. I know it's a weird website, but go there, check it out. Use our code TFTP20, save 20% off. Let's be honest. Most of our households have wax melts in them. Why not get really cool horror designs like blood dripping bars and, poison apples and all that other cool shit, and some pretty cool scents, and save some money. So, I mean, this day and age with inflation being as big of a bitch as it is, who doesn't want to save a few bucks? Also, over at talesfromthepodcast.com, you can check out Tales of Shock and Terror. It's a pretty sexy comic book. I mean, most of these that you find on the resale market, I hear, are pretty sticky. So, I mean, you might want to be careful with some of them, but you can always go and buy them new. And, look at this. Somebody who actually got the comic book here, Mr. Martel. How's it going, buddy? Finally woke for a show. We've been waiting for you. Actually, our last 3 shows, we completely just faked it, hoping you were going to come on, and you never did. So it's nice that you're finally here. But anyways, go over to talesfromthepodcast.com. Check out our comic book. You can use it as a placemat. You can jerk off on it. I really don't give a fuck. Buy 5 or 6 copies. Christmas is coming up. Throw them in some stockings. Or
just get a bunch of them. If you're going to have parties, just get a big stack of them, okay? Order a bunch and just keep them in your restroom. And then there you go. You want to run toilet paper and everybody's got something to read.
Exactly. I mean, we did not get glossy paper for a reason, so you can wipe very, very well. And Martel says, I have 2 copies of each cover. See, that's fucking awesome. In fact, there's not very many left of some of those other covers. So, I mean, hit me up at some cons. I mean, once they're gone at those cons, they're gone. And I mean, when I say we're low, I mean fucking low.
Yeah, that's tough titty, said the kitty.
Right. We will have some cool news coming that way for all you comic book fans. So, I mean, stay tuned. Not today, but in the near future, you'll be hearing some pretty cool shit coming up. So, anyways, Chuck, we got a fun show tonight. We got a fun guest, too.
Yeah.
Our guest does a little bit of fucking everything, man. Not to mention a podcast, live show. I mean, a little bit of acting, too. But also puts out magazines. And don't get me wrong, this is the summer issue. I think there's been a couple issues since then. But let's be honest. I mean, if you're going to go and buy any of the issue, you should buy the one with this guy in it. And,
it's all, my band is also featured in there, too.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, thanks for not throwing that up there.
It is. It is. It is
Yeah.
in here.
Well,
I
then
mean,
throw it up there. Throw it on the screen there,
okay.
buddy.
Give me a second.
Huh?
I'll find the page.
Everybody who looks at your
I
face, let me tell you.
2 pages actually. Let's see. Let me see.
Hey, motherfucker, how many pages you got? You tell me.
Well, we're about to see how many pages you got, motherfucker. Oh, Hack's in here. Hack's cool. He's a good guy. Actually, I don't think you're in here. I think they took you out. No, you got 1 page. Right here.
Yeah.
Right here. 1
Yeah,
page.
okay.
So check out the Bastard Sons of a Judas Goat. And
On
if
our
you
one
like
whole
them,
page.
if you like them,
Us.
you should also check out the Legitimate Sons of a Jesus Pig, who, to say the least, the second song is being worked out a little bit, and now it's going to be featuring a pretty cool artist. So you'll be hearing some new music from them, which I hear is going to blow your minds and make your dicks hard. So without further ado, let's go ahead and introduce our guest, Miss Jo Gonsalvez. I hope I said that right. Did I say your last name right?
You did.
See?
Okay.
Yeah. And
I always have problems with it too.
Hey, I mean, it's a harder last name. I mean,
at first glance, it looks like it says Gonzalez. At first glance, at first glance, that's what. Well, for me, that's all I'll say.
That's fair. I mean, I think a lot of people have issues doing any kind of Hispanic last names. I'm assuming that's a Hispanic last name.
Oh, that's where you fucked up, bro.
No, I did.
You assumed.
Now I'm canceled.
Now you're canceled. You're a piece of shit. We're done here. We're done here. Sorry.
No offender. No, I am shook. I am woke. I'm half asleep. I don't know where I am right
well,
now.
to be fair, though, you post a lot of pictures of tacos.
Yeah. Okay. That's.
Nothing wrong with that. I like tacos.
She does.
White European wannabe Spanish French, I guess.
White European wannabe Spanish French.
That's a breed.
I hope to fucking God it says that when you got your DNA thing.
Worded just like that.
23, and what the fuck are you? So.
Right. We're not sure. We're pretty sure you're like French wannabe Hispanic. Oh man. So anyways, thank you so much for coming on. It's always a pleasure. Oh, no problem. Just so you know, I don't know if you realize this, but you're cutting out here and there.
Oh shit.
I'm not sure why. I don't know. It was weird.
It's not much, but yeah, just every now and then.
Just a tad bit. So I mean, for those who miss anything and you want to know what she said, I don't know. Throw a message up there on the thing, and I will pretend to do subtitles.
Oh God! The show just took a different turn.
It did. Oh man. So, anyways, why don't you tell everybody what's going on new with you? I know you, like I said before, you got more issues of this magazine coming out, obviously.
Yeah. I just had the 3rd issue, which was the Christmas issue, just come out, and it was a lot of fun because I got to see a lot of special effects makeup artists from different ranges, whether they're just kind of starting to people who are like a lot more experienced, submit a lot of their Christmas horror looks. So that was a lot of fun. And I haven't really done a whole lot off and on the past couple of months. I kind of figure at this point, you know what, just start fresh for the new year, like just get myself ready. So I'm just preparing for next year right now.
Well, that's awesome. Do you have anything big coming up next year that you can talk about?
The February issue of Any Last Words magazine is sounding really, really promising. I'm really excited for that. Thank you, Ron Pertee. I think you guys might know who he is. Might have heard his name.
You missaid his last name, but yes.
Oh,
Pertee.
It's Purdy.
I was exaggerating it. Pertee.
That's how you actually say this, Pertee.
Yeah, I know. He just really hates it when you say
Purdy.
Purdy.
Yeah.
I love Ron, though.
We love Ron, and JB likes to give him hell like no other.
I mean, I started off.
That's what friends do.
You about your Dave Matthews Band obsession.
See, getting into therapeutic issues now, are we? Dave Matthews haunts my nightmares.
Well, that's awesome. I'm really.
He's trying to crash into me in every dream.
I mean, he did crash into you, and I mean, be thankful it didn't cause a prolapse. So,
Oh, hey now.
yeah, I know I took it there. Went a
Ooh,
little far.
prolapsing it, are we?
Martel says I forgot to tell you all Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Isn't
See,
that
it makes sense
convenient?
now.
We're actually getting close to Christmas. He says Merry Christmas to us like
He should
every
start saying
fucking
Happy
week,
Halloween now.
right?
Really fuck with people.
Right, that he almost forgets right there.
And then
Of
on Easter,
course.
he just says Happy Thanksgiving.
Right. Exactly. I hope you have a great St. Patrick's Day, Martel. So,
Yeah, there we go.
anyways, I'm very excited with everything you have going on, Joe. That's awesome. I'm happy you get to work with Ron. Ron's a pretty cool guy, too. I'm excited to see what you got going on with this magazine. I know I need to get another issue, that's for sure.
I still need to get that one issue.
I get so behind on everything. I really do.
A link for the. Oh, you know what? Send me your guys' emails later, just in case they don't have them. I know I should have. No, I should have both your emails. I'll send you guys the digital copies if you want for the last couple of issues.
That'd be cool.
Right. Well, I mean, it's all available on your website too, isn't it?
Not the full version.
No, I mean like the purchasing links.
Oh yeah, the purchase, but I'll give you guys a free one. Like I'll send you like the actual like PDF.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. Yeah. That's very sweet of you. Jeff says Happy 4th of July, everybody.
I wish. I'm fucking freezing down here, man.
Actually, talking about Jeff, a little hint for next week, everybody. Check it out. Jeff and Leanne are going to be joining us once again, and we're going to talk about Santa's Sleigh. Hands down, one of the best Christmas movies of all time, and also featuring one of the greatest wrestlers of all time.
Don't you even say that.
I think he has more championship belts under him than Hulk Hogan.
The guy's a horrible wrestler.
I made all that up, guys. I know him mostly from the WCW Nintendo 64 game I had.
I have a hate for Goldberg on no other. As an old school wrestling fan, not a fan of Goldberg.
I mean, you were turning out to really hate a lot of people today, Chuck.
I'm not done.
Jeff is actually our resident wrestling fan, so I'm pretty sure he'll enlighten us at some point about how great of a champion Goldberg was.
Oh hell yeah! So we'll get into some good wrestling conversations, I'm sure.
Maybe. All right. I don't know anything about wrestling past the
90s. You start bringing up a certain era when I was growing up and shit. Like it might just end up being that. We'll see. You and Land will just be talking. We'll talk about wrestling. We'll see how that works.
I'm already gonna look like an asshole, Martel. Goldberg sucks. It's all about Undertaker.
Fucking Taker, baby.
That piece of trash ended Bret Hart's career.
Thank you. And that's only one of the things I hate him for. Yeah. Okay. So everybody's on my side. That's good.
That's fine.
That's good. That makes me happy.
That's fine. What does it really mean to be against me on something I know nothing about?
Can you just let me have this?
Okay, fine.
Just once.
You got it.
Okay.
So, anyways, though, we are here to talk about an episode of Tales from the Crypt, guys.
Oh yeah, we are.
Not just a episode, but a pretty good one too. This is episode 12 from season 6. I mean, fuck, dude. We got there's 13 in next season. I mean, we got 16 episodes left.
Damn.
Like all together?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm really not looking forward to the last little bit, but it'll be fun to go back.
Still a couple good ones. But anyways, the episode we're doing tonight for everybody is Doctor of Horror, and is based off the comic book issue, Vault of Horror issue number 13. And I think the original air date for this, yes, it was January 4th of 1995.
Damn.
I was 7.
I was 11. Oh. Chuck's thinking about it.
How old was I? I'm 38. 11. Was I 11?
Yes, you were.
Okay. Then yeah, I was 11.
So we know our horror guys, but math is a very
hard
subject for a lot.
I'm not good with numbers.
Martel says I was 3, and David says in the Cricket sequence he was dressed like a barber.
Yes, he was.
Funny, like we don't really go too much into these Crypt Keeper segments too much, just because, like, honestly, we're probably one of the only shows that don't dive deep into it. Like, I mean, everybody talks about them. I mean, we go through the basic of it and everything, but this one right here was one that really hit close to home for me. Now, Do you remember what was said in the beginning of this episode? With the Crypt Keeper saying how basically it's hard to tell the difference between a lot of these men and women nowadays because of the men having long hair.
Oh yeah.
I don't think he realized how true of a statement that was going to be 30 years later.
Oh shit.
Oh, but
yeah, it was kind of weird.
From The Simpsons was in it, and we all know that whole little conspiracy about how The Simpsons predict the future. So maybe there's a.
I mean,
Tales from the Crypt is in cahoots with The Simpsons telling the future.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll go with it.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. So, anyways, going into this episode a tad bit here, this was directed and the screenplay was done by Larry Wilson. For those who are unfamiliar, Larry Wilson's actually a pretty fucking big name when it comes down to like the horror community. Maybe for not some of the most like gory horror, but I mean, the 1991 Addams Family movie.
Okay.
Beetlejuice. He did Little Vampire. I mean, the guy's actually done quite a bit.
I knew I'd heard the name, but I couldn't place it when I saw it when it came up. Because at first thing I thought it said Larry David, and I was like, "What?" And I read it again. I was like, "What the fuck?"
He did this right here, Aliens for Breakfast. He even did some Alfred Hitchcock Presents back in the day too.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I will say one of the things that's kind of cool is he is noted for being part of the Beetlejuice 2. So, who knows if that's an actual true thing that's ever going to happen, but I will say that he is already getting credits for that. I know the rights got bought, so I mean, it's hard saying what's going to happen.
Honestly, I could see them doing that, making you believe you're not going to do it, not going to do it. But every time, I don't know, there's been like the last couple of years, they're always talking about like there's always fake posters and shit everywhere. I think maybe at some point they will, just to get everybody to shut the fuck up.
I mean,
and it's going to probably come out. It's probably not going to be what anybody wants.
Burton's never said that he's not going to do it. So, I mean,
no, but
there's a lot involved. So who knows? Maybe one day we'll sit there and see it. And David says Hank Azaria was also in the 1998 Godzilla film along with Nancy Cartwright. The best Godzilla movie ever with also one of the greatest soundtracks.
It's a good soundtrack.
Chuck is a huge fan of what Jimmy Page did on that CD.
I am not.
No.
Not at all. Not at all.
Right.
Nope.
Right.
The Rage Against the Machine song in there was good. The Rage song that was on there was good. There was a couple of good songs. But,
I think Puff Daddy's changed his name like 7 times since that came out.
God, I remember when that video came out for that shit. God, it was on fucking TRL. It was all over the fucking place. That
was a sweet video.
Oh my God. I mean, yeah, it was a cool video for what it was.
He wanted you to come with him. Did you ever come with him?
No, never. That never appealed to me whatsoever. In any way, shape, or form, you nasty fuck.
I remember that music video way too.
Oh my God, dude. Who's hot? Who's not? Shut the fuck up. All of it. Ugh.
Hey, it could be worse. Also in this episode, obviously, we got Hank Azaria. Probably best known for, I don't know, over Simpsons. 700 fucking episodes of The Simpsons.
And Mystery Men.
Yes, he was
Birdcage.
Was he in Birdcage?
Yeah, he was the gay dude that was with obviously Birdcage.
The gay dude.
The guy that was with he was like the servant or whatever for Robin Williams and
Was he the assistant or something like that?
Yeah, like he was one dancing around. I think that was him. I might be wrong.
I think you were like little shit, right?
Yeah. If it's I think it was him. I could be wrong.
I know it was Gargamel and the Smurf stuff that came out in the 2000s.
Oh, yeah.
And I know he did some stuff on the Night of the Museum movie, too.
Mm-hmm.
So I know he did those ones. I mean, the guy's obviously mostly known for Simpsons.
I mean, yeah.
He was
Moe's one of my favorite characters.
Remember Dodgeball?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the young Patches.
Oh, Patches O'Houlihan.
Yeah, but the young one. That was him.
You can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Right.
I've seen that forever.
It's a better movie than it probably had any right being. But yeah, he was also in Godzilla. Dude's been in a ton of shit, dude. He was the voice of Eddie Brock and Venom on Spider-Man the animated series.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, that's actually pretty fucking cool. There, yeah.
Yeah.
God, he was in that shitty Beethoven show.
What?
About the movie.
Oh.
Yeah, bad.
Ooh.
Yeah, he was in Pretty Woman with that girl that has the plunger face. I mean,
I never thought she was attractive.
I don't know. I've never found plungers to be sexy myself.
Not particularly, no.
Let's see, Hank Azaria was Agador in the Birdcage. He was like an
assistant. Okay, yeah, that's right. I was right. Yeah, I love that movie's hilarious. I love that movie. Fucking
Ron says, "Oh look, it's Joe, that amazing judge of literary talent." Did you judge a writing contest?
Well,
No,
like I'm gonna stop. I don't know why I'm not catching on to sarcasm tonight.
No, I had to tease because it's Rod. Yeah, I know. And Ron, congratulations. We're all excited to see what you're going to be doing with Joe. With any last words? Hopefully it's better than that comic book you did. I mean, that comic book was horrible. I don't know who you worked with on that one, but man, you could have done better. And David says in one of the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror episodes, they did a spoof of the Tales from the Crypt opening. Yes, they did. I mean, can't really blame them. I don't even think that was the best Treehouse of Horror opening they did. They did that one where they did all of like the Del Toro ones, which was fucking sweet. You know.
Yeah.
I just saw the Pinocchio the other night. I thought the story was kind of weird. They kind of bounced back and forth between the real Pinocchio story and like a lighter one, but I thought just the animation was just beautiful. I just thought the whole thing was just stunning.
Yeah, we're gonna watch that before too long.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think I'm ever gonna watch that. I don't know.
I'm gonna watch it with Dax, and that's about the only thing that's gonna get me to watch that. Just because, but I'm also a sucker for like animation, though.
Ron says, "Yeah, it was so my bad.
It was
sold out, and other shop is interested." So yeah, I was joking. The joke was that we worked on a shitty comic book, talking more about me than you. Anyways, continuing on to this, we got Travis Tritt playing Charlie in this episode. What would you say he's best known for?
Country music.
Really? I was gonna say Blues Brothers 2000, but okay.
Yeah.
But you know, he was also in My Cousin Vinny as well.
Was he?
Well, I mean, he did the soundtrack.
Oh. My mom's always been a huge Travis Tritt fan.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
Not me.
Yeah, I'm not too. I think he's a pretty decent individual, but I'm not a fan of his music.
I will say, like, I don't know. He's not in a lot of stuff that I like. I'll be honest about that. Like Brothers Keepers, Forever My Girl, Let There Be Light. He's done a lot of really shitty stuff like that. But he was I think I'm like one of the only people I know who's ever seen this movie. But he was a gas station attendant in 2001 Maniacs.
Yeah, I saw that.
You know, he was in that, and he's done like little bits of voice acting too with like King of the Hill and Pepper Ann.
So he was on King of the Hill a couple of times.
One time.
One time?
One time, yes. Yes. Continuing on with this, we got Austin Pendleton in this episode, as well as Orloff. And we were talking about him before the show. I mean, this dude's been in actually a ton of shit, including, some favorites like Short Circuit, Sergeant Bilko.
My Cousin Vinny.
Mr. Nanny.
Oh, God.
Yeah. That's a not bad movie. I mean, for having Hulk in it.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, what other?
It was a funny one. It was a funny one when I was a kid.
Hold on, Joe. We can't hear you.
Oh no, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Maybe it's when there's different. Maybe when I'm talking and someone else is talking, maybe it's cutting it off. I don't know.
It's cutting out even when you're just talking though.
Yeah, nothing there either.
Motherfucker.
There we go. You heard it here, guys. Motherfucker.
I didn't know if she was purposely not being like if she was just mouthing it or if she actually said it and just cut out right when she said it.
And I'm assuming he's talking about Travis Stitt being a fucking hick ass. This is probably what he's most famous for, which might not be wrong. Jeff says Mr. Nanny is no Suburban Commando.
No,
you're right. You're right.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And Suburban Commando is no Three Ninjas at High Noon.
What is it with you in that movie?
Bad, but that was the worst.
Like what? Like you bring up that fucking movie all the time. What is it about that movie?
You don't like it?
I've never seen it, but I can just go.
Then you can't say anything. Then
I can
watch that movie first.
No, I'm gonna go ahead and just use my better judgment on that.
Again, hold on. Let's wait. What'd Joe say?
Tum.
Thank you. That's all you really need to say.
And that's exactly why I'm not going to watch it.
And none of Hogan's movies are Santa's Sleigh with Goldberg.
Fuck Goldberg.
Which is what we're doing next week. Who, like we were talking about earlier, is one of the greatest wrestlers alive.
Oh, shut up. No.
Ron, also being a huge wrestling fan, will also be throwing in his opinion on that too.
Hey, fuck Goldberg.
Jeff goes, but none of those are Thunder in Paradise.
Oh, God. Yeah. My childhood just got brought up in front of my face.
What?
Oh, just all this Hulk talk is just making me think of all those really bad movies that he was in and shit. Just, I don't know.
Really? Well,
having a moment. Nothing bad, just thinking about stupid shit.
Jeff, just so you know, Thunder in Paradise was nothing compared to the Secret Agents Club.
I don't know that one.
I don't know that one either.
You don't know bad movies then.
I don't know bad movies. I just never heard about them.
Oh, it is bad. I'm sure Jeff will have something to say about that one.
Okay.
And don't forget, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Jeff, but I think that they make a sequel to Thunder in Paradise.
I think they made a couple of movies. I know they had a TV show and shit too.
What?
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure there's a sequel there. But anyways, let's see. Ron says Goldberg met his wife on Santa's sleigh. And
so
sorry, Joe, I apologize for derailing things.
Oh no, you're.
Trish Stratus is better than Goldberg.
Fuck yeah, she is.
None of them are any comparison to Rocky 3. Okay, that movie was good. And Jeff says it became a TV series with a couple made-for-TV movies.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
TNT
you're right.
Some shit.
But I'm pretty sure even the sequels still had Hulk Hogan in it.
Yeah, they all did.
So, I mean, made for TV or not, they're still Hulk movies.
Yeah.
But anyways, obviously, Austin Pendleton, fucking great actor, ton of shit.
Yeah.
We also got Ben Stein,
Clear
as
Eyes.
Joe pointed out earlier, is best known for Clear Eyes commercials.
And when Ben Stein's money is just being a real dull person.
Right.
Hey, I had a teacher in school that I swear to fuck, it was the hardest thing in the world to fucking be in his class. Like, even though it was science class, and I usually like science, but dude, he would just talk like Ben Stein. And it was just like, oh, God, I can't keep my eyes open. It's bad. My person that was sitting at the table had to beat the shit out of me just to get me to wake up all the time.
Now,
Mr. Daniel.
just so you know, I don't know if you remember, but you remember he was also in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, right?
Bueller.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was also in Plane, Trains, and Automobiles.
Mm-hmm.
And not just the original Mask, but even the son of the Mask.
Oh, God.
I think I saw that and it was like so stupid I turned it off. I was like, ugh.
Yeah, I never saw any of the sequels to that.
Really, really, really bad.
But now the Mask comic book was badass, though. Because it was not like the movie. Oh, yeah, it was cool.
No. Trying to think of what else. I remember him because I've been recently rewatching all of the Married with Children. He was in that as well. I remember seeing him in there. Oh, shit. This is a very controversial thing, but he also made an appearance in one of the greatest Superman things ever, too. He did an episode as one of the lawyers in Lois and Clark, which, as we all know, I mean, when you think of Superman, we all think of Dean Cain. And
Christopher Reeve, motherfucker.
Yeah.
What else?
I used to watch Lois and Clark, though, when I was a kid, so.
Oh, he was in
I never was.
Ghostbusters too. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, I was never a big Superman guy, but as a kid, I always watched that shit.
Right, fucking Lois and Clark.
Oh, I probably couldn't watch that shit now. Like I couldn't get through it. But as a kid, it was just so stupid. I liked it.
Ron's right. He says that knowing it's going to piss me off. Yeah, you're right. I do. And let's see, Jeff Benstein of Ferris Bueller's Day Off fame, and you are right. And Hulk was in all. Yes, I'm pretty sure. Probably spouting racist.
He probably,
yeah.
And being a sexist pig while doing it.
Oh, okay.
More than likely.
Yeah.
And don't forget, Benstein played himself on Shasta McNasty.
I don't know what that is.
Oh God, yes. I don't think some of the stuff you really want to know what it is when you really look down into it, especially with Ben Stein's career. Because I mean, there's a ton of shit in here that just really, really sucks.
I'm not shocked.
I mean, really bad.
Yeah, I'm not shocked. God. He sucks really bad.
I mean, yeah, you're basically right. And Ron, the new Lois and Clark on CW is actually really, really good. Too bad DC is canceling everything to fix Zack Snyder shit. Yeah, well, I mean, at least now they have the chance to recast and put Dean Cain back in the role he deserves. And hopefully it also gives a chance for fucking Henry Cavill to go back to the role he fucking was meant to play as Geralt of Rivia with The Witcher. Which I'm actually being honest about that. That show fucking kicks ass, and that's the only thing Henry Cavill's ever been good at, in my opinion. But
I have no idea of any of this.
You might actually like The Witcher. It's a fantasy show, but it's pretty fucking dark.
Okay, I've heard about it, but I don't know. I've never really had a chance to check it out.
It's on Netflix. It's pretty good. I suggest it if you're into
the old
dark fantasy
Netflix.
Yeah. So, anyways, we're talking about Doctor of Horror. So, before we talk about the comic book, we always talk about the show. Chuck Nasty, why don't you go ahead and give us a small rundown of this episode?
I forgot it all. I'm just kidding. All right.
And it's a regular episode, guys. No, I'm joking. Really, I'm teasing.
Well, you got these two security guards, Charlie and Richard, who they're working at a morgue, and they catch a guy trying to steal a corpse. And so they get the guy, and they're getting they tackle him or whatever the hell. Like they kind of try to. They rush him or whatever. They end up knocking the body off the thing, and he tells them he's going to pay him each $500 if they'll help him steal that body. And they immediately help him pick up the body, and then you see them go into his little lair in his basement, and they realize there's a little more going on than just this, obviously. But he's got his whole setup down there and everything, like a doctor, like coroner would have. It looks a little more sinister, and they end up going and dumping these bodies in a well for this dude, and they go back to the morgue. And on the way to the morgue, Charlie, who's played by Travis Tritt, is really feeling really bad about doing what they did and everything. He's kind of like conflicted with everything. So they go back to the morgue, and they both pass out on a couple of hospital beds or whatever. And there's also a bottle of Jack that's empty because Charlie had been drinking on it.
Well, they were pretending to be drunk. They were using that as their excuse for not knowing.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah, my bad. And then Ben Stein comes in and starts yelling at them because he's trying to figure out where this body is. And they fuck up because it's shown that, they've got mud on their boots and rips in their clothes and shit. And then Ben Stein goes to go call the cops. And Richard ends up trying to get his attention. He's like, man, don't call the cops. And then he ends up smacking Ben Stein in the back of the head with what does he have in his hand?
I think a flashlight, wasn't it?
Yeah.
There's a flashlight?
Flashlight or some kind of short little club. I'm pretty sure it was like a flashlight though.
That's a little blunt object.
Yeah, you don't get a really good look at it, but I mean, I'd say flashlight seemed like a pretty obvious choice there.
And what is it he's screaming at him? Wait, sir, wait, because he keeps what he's saying when he's chasing him down.
Yeah, I think he's saying, "Wait, sir."
Yeah, and so while he's beating the hell out of him with this flashlight, you kind of see the kind of a darker side of this dude. And Charlie comes up, tries to, he's like, "Hey man, like, we'll just take this to old dude and maybe he can, figure it out." So they take him to Orloff, right?
Yeah,
Dr. Orloff. And am I missing anything at this point?
Yeah, a little bit, but
bit.
Nothing we can't talk about when we go and talk about what we thought about the episodes.
Well, because I know. Okay, anyway, so they take Ben Stein, who's not totally dead yet, take him to Orloff, and Orloff cuts him open. Charlie's kind of freaking out about it or whatever, and you don't know it's the soul yet, but we opens it up and he's.
But that's what he's been searching for this whole time.
Yeah, but isn't that where he explains to him because it dies because they kill him?
No, he explained it to him the first body. Mm-hmm. But like, I guess I'll just go ahead and help you out with this one. So after
I thought I was doing all right. My bad.
No, you were. He was explaining what he was trying to get into though with the first body, except he wasn't able to really find it. So it was more of like a theory at the time. Now with doing Ben Stein's body, and having that one ready to go, he was actually alive first. So they were able to find the soul, or at least Orloff was. And obviously Charlie was having this whole like inner dilemma within himself about the morality issues on stealing a soul and was pretty upset about the whole thing.
Which also I left out the fact that when they dumped the bodies that first time, he was visually attacked by something that was like one of the bodies.
Yeah. Well, like I said, he's totally in distress this whole time.
Yeah. But he lays some logic on him though.
Yeah. Dumping those bodies into a well though, I mean, not a good idea to begin with. But I mean, if you need better ideas, just let me know. I'll help. But now
take him to the train station.
There you go. No,
but
so other than having this dilemma with it and everything, you can see that these people are actually making money. They've dumped off quite a few bodies, and not really like a timeline thing. They just show it like one time with it. I will say one of the funniest scenes kind of happens there. When Richard's like $1,000, I've never seen this much money in my life.
Yeah,
which I mean, that kind of really cracked me up personally. But after a little bit of time here, you can tell they're working for this doctor now, and that's all they're doing.
Yeah,
and they need another live body, and Charlie's been kind of iffy, if you will. So they kind of in a fucked up way, kind of set him up. And at the same time that, he's going to be going for Charlie, he hints out over to Orloff how he's wanting to learn a lot of this stuff as well.
Yeah.
So, there's obviously a little bit of a trade-off coming up, and including into this trade-off with him is a pay raise that he wants. So after killing Charlie and being able to actually extract,
which they tricked Charlie. They tricked Charlie like he's drinking whiskey, and actually he's taking a swig of the ether and he's passed out.
Exactly.
So yeah, I remember a good chunk of this. I just kind of got things backwards.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You did good.
Okay.
And basically after that, and cutting up Charlie and decapitating him and then going and dumping him, that's when Richard's finally going in for this raise. And while trying to get the raise, they hear a sound, and come to find out it's Charlie, who miraculously has his head attached, even though it's like barely hanging on.
He's holding it on. Yeah.
Yeah. I think
that's pretty funny. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But he comes in and he starts. But this reminds me of Creep Show.
Yes.
Richard, like it reminded me of Creep Show so much that like because the way he was saying it.
Right. Except the source material came out 40 years before Creep Show was even thought of. So I mean, Stephen King, and Romero definitely ripped off EC.
But they didn't rip him off. It was a homage. That was the whole thing.
I mean, homage, rip off. I mean,
homage is different from rip off. No,
not an original idea. I'm just saying
there was a lot
instead of giving as much credit to some of these horror giants that people do. With Romero and fucking Stephen King.
Because they're two.
Give it to the real people who fucking deserve it.
Oh, shut the fuck up. Stephen King's one of the reasons why. Don't do that to me. Don't give me on a rant.
Not to you. Tell me I'm wrong, though.
Stephen King's one of the greatest horror writers of all time, and George Romero is one of the greatest directors of all time.
Then why'd they have to take ideas from EC Comics?
Because there was something they were all influenced by.
Fucking amazing.
Is flattery?
Wait a second. So our comic book has a cover,
and I don't know why people buy it.
No. I don't see it as ripping off. So I mean, come on, man, give the devil his due. Don't be an ass. Don't be an ass.
I'm just saying
don't be an ass.
Given EC more credit.
They did. That was all they talked about. Go watch the interviews when they were making that shit. They always talked about EC Comics. That was the whole big thing they wanted to do that with. Do not do this to me right now. Getting back to this. I'll get on a rant, and we're already 40 minutes in, brother.
Okay, fine. To be fair, just so the people who don't know this,
brother,
I also have the first issue of the Creep Show comic book too.
Okay. So there's only one issue. There's only one book.
They did a reprinting series.
Yeah, it's the same thing. More. I've got it.
There's still more than just the one.
You're gonna have to show me these more than one, because the only thing I've ever found is that one.
Well, I mean, to be fair though, you don't get into comics.
I mean, but I know about comics. I used to collect comics a lot, and I know about this one, and I don't know that there's anything that came out that was Creep Show that wasn't the original comic they put out because of the movie. That I don't know I'd never even heard of that.
Well,
it's something that had nothing to do with the movie and had nothing to do with what they were doing. Anyway, I'm just saying. I told you.
Well,
I don't want to go on a rant. Come on now. Don't do this to me. I'm in a good mood. Don't do this.
All right, fine. All I'll do is this. What's that? 4 different covers within 2 seconds? Oh, God. So...
I didn't see any of them on my side, and I wasn't looking at my screen, like my TV screen to see it. Did you just flash them up on the screen?
Yeah, I did. Multiple covers. Ron says, I'm Team Chuck with this one.
Fuck yeah, you are.
It's because he fucking...
Yeah.
He's all about Romero.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Creep Show is like a pre-Tales from the Crypt. Both have corpse-like hosts. No.
Oh, my God.
That's actually completely wrong. Tales from the Crypt is definitely way older than Creep Show.
Yeah, it's definitely older. I'm not going to say it's the influence of it. But
even when you look at the Amicus films that came out before Creep Show. And so even talking in a movie sense, they're still older. But anyways,
they're definitely older. I don't know.
Yeah. So,
I don't know if I understand that.
David, you're usually pretty good on that stuff, man. You're a little bit wrong on that one though. Anyways, so after Charlie comes back, he ends up murdering Orloff, and Richard gets himself cut up as well, and it ends the episode. Now, we always do a comic book comparison, and with this comic book being from the Vault of Horror issue number 13, we had some pretty big differences with this one. Basically, there is no soul capturing whatsoever. That one is entirely different. So, all this episode basically comes down to is medical students needing more corpses to work on and people stealing corpses. Huh. That's it. I mean, basically no difference. He ends up killing one of the students that he kind of has like a feud with. But I mean, it's not really the same story. The only similarity is stealing corpses for the purpose of some sort of research. And this is for like a medical school. And I guess in the 50s, it was probably pretty hard to get cadavers. I'm assuming. And Jeff says it's paying homage, not ripping off. Yeah, I know.
Thank you.
I know.
Thank you.
It's called giving shit, guys. And I mean, if there's not a better way to give people shit, especially when Chuck's here and when Ron's down here, the best way to give that shit is to make, maybe not Stephen King, but Romero look like less of a man than he really is.
Oh my God. Nope. Legends, man. Legends.
Martel says, did I hear soul capturing my favorite activity?
Wow.
Thank you. But I mean, that's basically our real big things there. Still a fun episode.
But I like this episode.
Well, we'll talk about that.
Oh yeah, sorry.
But first,
I was gonna say that doesn't sound like a bad. I'm sorry, I'm gonna interrupt you again. I'm sorry. I'm gonna let you finish.
You should let Joe talk. Every time she tries to talk, she gets
I know, but I was going to say real quick that like that could have been a good story for that one too. Sometimes I wonder why they go with something different when the story is actually not that bad.
I guess. I don't know. I mean,
I don't know. I guess they could have gone either way. My bad. Anyway, I'll shut the fuck up. So,
you're fine. You're fine.
I'm just shut up now.
You'll get your chance, Chuck. Joe, why don't you tell everybody what you thought of this episode, and if you could rate it on a scale from 1 to 10 without Mr. Nasty interrupting you so fucking rudely.
I love you, Chuck. I would rate it a 9 actually, because I found I saw something in there that made me go, what the hell? Which is when they made the deal with the doctor. They took the body there around, and it's like, aren't you guys supposed to be guarding the other bodies that people could be stealing right now? Y'all weren't set up. Hey, come take this one body, and then the guy's like, come on and get the rest of the bodies. I don't know. That's the one thing that makes me bring it down a notch. You guys should have fixed that a little bit. Maybe it'd be picky. I don't know.
So you're implying that you thought that the writer of this screenplay, who clearly could have done better, especially considering that he did The Addams Family and Beetlejuice, that this was kind of a fuck up on his part?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay. So you heard it here, Larry Wilson. Joe says, go fuck yourself.
Oh, wow.
Mr. Nasty. What about you, man? Well, hold on. What'd you say, Joe?
That was the only thing that bugged me about the whole episode.
I mean, it's not wrong. Ron says, oh, great. Now Chuck's going to start wearing masks on Alex Jones.
Oh. Anyway. No, I like this one. I kind of almost forgot about this one. I thought this one was actually earlier on. I didn't realize it was in season 6.
Because it was good.
Yeah, no, like I kind of forgot because we've had a couple of good ones that I actually like that were in season 6. Not many, but enough, a lot more than what we're going to be doing in 7. But whatever. I think I'd probably give this one an 8, just because like it's pretty straight to the point, and it feels like a Tales of the Crypt episode. Like, you know, like it's got the little twist at the end of it, like, oh, Duder's come back from the dead. He's carrying his head, you know.
Right. Ron says, well, that ruins him in the next issue of Any Last Words.
What is he talking about?
I'm not sure. I think he's talking about you.
What about me?
No, you just ruined the next issue of Any Last Words.
How?
I'm not sure. It didn't really explain.
I don't know what I did.
I'm sure we'll find out in a second. We just talked about it.
But now I want to know now. Hold faster, Ron.
Hold on. Let Joe talk. I can't hear her.
He looks distressed there. He's like, what'd I do?
Oh. Shit talking the writer. I think you might be talking about me then. Okay, fine. So I guess about this episode with me, I'm like right in the middle of you guys. I mean, it's like a 8, 9, 8.5. I'm gonna go 8.5. It's a fun episode. I actually think this episode's better than what they did with the comic book. I think the comic book could have still made its own kind of episode, but I like the concept behind capturing the souls, and I think it kind of gave it a whole different twist that they didn't have back then, and it was kind of cool. I think it was cast very well for this episode.
Yeah.
The practical effects were fucking on fucking point.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who did them, but I'm just gonna go ahead and just throw it out there that I'm pretty sure it was probably Todd Masters, since they were really good. Considering that Todd Masters did a lot of the special effects for Tales from the Crypt, and it's just fucking amazing. But I mean, they did an all around just a great job with this one. There's really not much bad that you can say about it. I mean, the worst part of this episode, in my opinion, is probably having Travis Tritt in it.
He didn't do bad, though.
He didn't do bad, but I mean, he's still the worst part about this episode.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
If you really, he didn't do a horrible job, don't get me wrong, but I mean, like, if you really had to break it down, like,
oh yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah,
like Ben Stein played that character very well.
Mm-hmm.
Austin Pentland, Pendleton did a fucking great job.
Yeah.
Hank Azaria, I mean, going from what most people know as average work to being a lot of voice acting and shit like that to this, I mean,
Darker
he
character.
still did a pretty good job with that.
Yeah.
Travis Tritt, though, I mean, he did
I
okay.
got you.
And I'm not saying he did bad, but he was okay. I mean, Travis Tritt could have cost this episode a 10. So, I mean,
Travis Tritt's hair is the reason.
Right. It's not bad though. It's a fun episode. There's a lot going on with it. Like I said, the soul capturing aspect is something that really makes this episode cool. And maybe the fact that it's one of the last really good episodes that we really get in season 6. Not saying that the rest of them are just really, really bad. Like, we still get an episode with John Lithgow, which I personally love that guy. I think he's fucking an amazing actor.
John Lithgow?
Yes. But there's other people. We got an episode. The next episode has Michael Ironside in it.
Oh.
So there's still some good coming, but season 7 is notoriously bad.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, it's horrible. It's so bad.
Just
not good at all.
When you sent me the link for this week's episode, Doctor, I was really hoping, that it was the one episode. It has the bad guy from Ghost, and they kind of they put him in like an awareness, but he's like, his body is shut down, he can't move or talk, and he's in the morgue, and the mortician like is aware that he can still hear and he can still feel. But
oh my god, you're talking about my god, that's an old one.
With Jeff Bridges?
No.
Jeff Bridges.
She's talking about with the one with Tony Goldwyn, Abracadaver.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's season 3, I think. Let me look.
I was hoping that it was.
Yeah, season 3.
Title of it, Dr. Horror, because I didn't know what season or episode that one was. And then I clicked on it and I was all hoping, and I was like, oh, but it's not Mo from the okay.
Hey, can you do me a favor? Can you bring up Ron's comment about the Jeff Tate thing?
Yeah.
Travis Tritt. It's a Travis Tritt.
Like I said, Travis Tritt is a permanent Jeff
Tate cosplay. I get the hair though. It's Queensryche's original singer. And his hair used to be really bad. And actually thinking about it, yeah, it was very similar, but it was just black. And it was really bad. It was fucking horrible. Okay. Yeah. I like Queensryche, but that was a horrible haircut. Yeah. All right. Sorry, I had to just comment on that.
You're fine. You're completely fine. I mean, I'm fucking, oh god. Yeah, I don't know. I like I said, good episode. Travis Tritt, I mean, we could have just done without him. I mean, had something else in there. I mean, fuck, at this point, I mean, I don't see what good that guy really did for this episode.
I can't remember. I can't think of any song of his that I could tell you the name of. I just remember my mom used to listen to him all the time. Like, I don't.
Let's see. There's some soundtrack shit. I mean, a lot of like performers, TV movie, Performance Trouble.
Performance trouble.
No, it says performer trouble, like periods between them all. I'm not like a Travis Tritt fan. Let's see. Travis Tritt is an American singer. Meet Country Travis Tritt, the Charlie Daniels Band, and Travis Tritt.
I saw them live.
Let's see here. Musical career.
It was on his bus.
Oh God, these guys did a lot. All right, so we got Country Club. It's all about to change. Trouble, a Travis Tritt Christmas. 10 Feet Tall and Bulletproof, and Greatest Hits. The Restless Kind. Down the Road I Go. I mean, honestly,
did your albums?
I don't. It doesn't really say if they're albums or not.
It doesn't really ring a bell with me.
I mean,
I like country. I like some country. He's never appealed to me. His music's never been.
Let's see right here. In 2020, He gained notoriety for joining fellow Republican James Woods and blocking random Twitter users for using pro-Black Lives Matters. So, I mean, good thing I said that because Travis Tritt hates black people, guys.
Oh, God. And James Woods, too. Fuck, man. I actually like James Woods.
Well, I mean,
The Hard Way. That was a good movie. Vampires was a good movie. But apparently he's a piece of shit.
He was also appeared on the Lifetime network with The Haunting of. So, I mean, other than hating black people, he was also on the Lifetime show pretending to be haunted by ghosts. So,
I don't know.
Yeah,
that's a whole other conversation with this one.
Wow, I mean, he has been nominated for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 awards and won all of them but one. So, if that's not telling me something, a lot of country musicians are okay with the racism.
Oh, come on now.
I'm going to relate everything back to Travis Tritt being a racist now.
Oh, God. I don't think that
I made a good call by saying he was the worst part about this episode.
Yeah.
Without even knowing that part of him. So, I mean.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Joe?
I said you win.
Yeah, it's hard to argue with me on that one now.
Like, I don't like him, and I'm gonna go fucking find something right now. So all don't like him.
Ron says Travis won the Grammy for most hatred of black people in a solo performer. Yeah, probably. Jeff, he was haunted by the ghost of mullets past.
Mullets are so bad. I don't understand why they brought those back. Why do people want mullets?
I don't know.
It looks bad on women. It looks bad on men. Stop doing it. I keep trying to tell my buddy Silas, dude, don't cut your hair into a fucking mullet. Don't.
What's his name?
Silas.
Oh, all right. I thought you said Cyrus. And I was like, oh, like Trailer Park Boys.
I was thinking
no. So, anyways, that's what we got for you guys this week, guys. So thank you, Joe, so much for coming on here.
Guys,
Jeff is gonna.
Fun. Sorry, my audio was cutting in and out, so I tried to stay quiet.
Oh no, you're fine. We'll do it again, and the episode won't be as good. Trust me.
Jeff, I hope you're kidding.
I hope you're not. I hope you have a mullet next time.
Jeff.
Although if a hot ass woman with a mullet says she wanted to bang, I'm forgiving.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, I'm not gonna I could deal with it. I just don't think it looks very good, but I mean, whatever.
What'd you say,
Business in the front, method diction in the back.
Oh, I like that. You get behind and then you start cutting her hair.
God damn it. So, anyways, Joe, why don't you tell everybody where they can find you before we go ahead and end this shit?
Oh, but do they really want to? That's the real question.
I'm gonna say yes.
Okay. Well, I'm on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. At Any Last Words, or Any Last Words Joe, J-O, because some other fucker took it on some other platform.
Are you joking?
Seriously, somebody has Any Last Words on thing? Like, because somebody else started a podcast way after me.
And they got all the links first?
Huh?
And they got the links first?
Yeah, they got the links first. By the time I got around to, like, Instagram and stuff, because I wasn't big on Instagram, somebody had already taken it. I'm like, you bastard.
Oh, my God. There's a lot of Any Last Words.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, there's multiple podcasts.
Double check title or like before I start something. So nobody. I do have a. Oh no,
there's a podcast called Any Last Words, and it's about words.
Okay.
I just saw that, like, oh wow, wow.
One with the little cartoony guys on it.
Yours is?
No. The other Any Last Words one.
Nope, that's the second one.
Oh, okay.
There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's at least 7 that pop up automatically on Twitter.
Oh, I don't have Twitter. I have Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. That I can at the moment.
Well, I do have you on my Instagram and everything else. I was wondering why I didn't have you on Twitter because I was pretty sure I did, but obviously I don't if you don't have it.
Twitter.
Hey, I mean,
Oh, and just the word, just Twitter. It just always cracks me up. Oh, it's so stupid.
yeah. I mean, the way I see it though, it's like if it's a free way to promote it, it's a way to promote it.
No, I'm just talking about the name being weird. Doesn't sound like it sounds like something totally different.
Podcast about words sounds riveting.
Today we're going to talk about the word and. What? No, sure and not what. What's next week?
Instagram as well as your Facebook for everyone to check out as well. And Joe, obviously, thank you so much for coming on. You are fucking awesome. You're the best.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll definitely do this again, and hopefully less of a sound issue. There was not this issue before we started.
No.
So I don't know. I'm blaming Chuck.
Usually people do.
Yeah, it's fine.
Nobody likes me. Everybody hates me.
Eeyore.
That's a good Eeyore though, isn't it?
Yeah. I did not mean to bring that up. Chuck, do you have anything that you want to say though before we go ahead and get the fuck out of here for tonight?
Just the usual. Check out my band Bastard Sons of a Judascope, YouTube, Spotify, Bandcamp, Facebook, Video Store Clerks, YouTube, Spotify, Facebook stuff. Not there yet. We're working on that. No, and then of course on Anchor and Spotify, you have Nasty Nation and Graveyard Talk. My other podcasts are just audio only at the moment. And other than that, I really have nothing else to say to you people.
That's fair. Jeff says today's word is mullet. Say it with me, kids. Mullet. Well, I mean, yeah. I guess I really don't have too much to add to this. I mean, obviously, you can go to my OnlyFans over at onlyfans.com/Mr. Chuck Nasty. It's my page dedicated to making fake nudes of Chuck Nasty.
You wouldn't be the first.
If I start making money, I'll split it with you.
Oh, God. No, actually, my OnlyFans is actually. I'm just kidding. I don't have a fucking OnlyFans.
No. You can check out.
I might. It's coming to that point. Pay me to put my clothes back on.
Well, that's probably going to get you more. What'd you say, Joe?
Said use your feet. That's a popular thing now.
Not my feet.
I can't figure it out.
I don't know. I wear a size 13, 40.
There's an
I got big feet.
I got cracks in the heels. Nobody wants this.
I mean, that's gross.
I can itch my leg with them.
Anyways, guys, check out my band, The Legitimate Sons of a Jesus Pig. We do lots of very, very sexy things. And most importantly, I mean, go over to talesfromthepodcast.com. Check out this comic book. On a real note, we worked really, really hard for you to wipe your ass with these pages. So please check it out. Buy a copy, buy 2. If you got kids, buy 10. Just split it out over Christmases, birthdays, shit like that. I mean, if you buy 10, just contact me first. I'll give you a deal. I'll save $1 or some shit. So just like that's not really a fucking deal.
Just buy the motherfuckers.
Yeah, just buy the motherfuckers. Enjoy it. Jeff says, take pics of random feet in public and use those. Nobody will know.
Perfect.
Not a bad idea.
Right.
I mean,
I'm on it.
I mean, it's legal to do that if they're nude, but if it's just their feet, I think it's okay. And speaking of ripoffs, check out JB's
band. It started as a homage, went to a ripoff.
I mean, you say that until we have more views.
It's like a cover band.
That's when I'm going to disband my fake band, is when we get more views than Chuck Nasty's real band. So, anyways, thanks everyone for checking us out. We greatly appreciate you. Remember, next week we're doing Santa's Sleigh. You might like it, you might not. Either way, you're going to learn a lot about the greatest wrestler of all time.
Fuck you,
Mr. Goldberg.
Fuck Goldberg.
And with that being said, the crypt is closed.
Thanks for listening, kiddies. You're all a scream.